You're just making this up as you go along.
Yep. But I do it brilliantly.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the TARDIS Talk podcast, the Absolutely Not Absolute Zeros podcast, or the Absolutely Racist podcast. If you guys don't know that joke, good for you. I cut that out at the very beginning.
Let it be clear, it was a direct quote from something the doctor said in this episode that just didn't age well. Okay,
Not at all.
I just want to put it there. He was being good baby, but we do need to put David Tennant in gay baby jail for that one.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
So this is the second part to our two-part Cybermen story, The Age of Steel. Now, before we get into anything, this is a Doctor Who podcast where we talk about the Doctor Who series, and because my man Daz here doesn't know Doctor Who very well, so we just go through the episodes chatting until we get to Chutigatwa, because his series is coming up soon. I'm so excited for that. But yeah, this episode was really fun, and my man's Mickey finally got his due. He finally got his due, my guy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think I've made it pretty clear. I'm a big Mickey stan. Right?
Oh yeah.
The first episode, if I remember correctly, I didn't like him, but it's just because he was kind of being annoying.
Yeah.
But ever since then, like Rose as a character went way downhill, and Mickey didn't. So shout out Mickey. Unfortunately, F in chat for Mickey.
F, please everyone hit F in chat for Mickey. F in chat.
My favorite character so far, and the only redeemable character other than Mr. fucking David Tennant. And it's just, I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know how we're gonna handle more Rose when Rose is just not only so boring but also such a shit person. But we'll get into that later.
Yeah. Also, doesn't help that I basically dropped you into the middle of her story with David Tennant. But hey, that's just because I like David Tennant more than I do Christopher Eccleston. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get to season 1 in a bit, maybe after this series. So yeah. Overall, what'd you think of the episode?
Okay.
All right.
If I remember correctly, I made last episode 9 David Tennants out of 10.
9 David Tennants. All right. Yeah.
This one's 10 Mickeys out of 10. Just because
10 Mickeys out of 10. What is that? 2.5 Davids?
No. 10 Mickeys out of 10 it's like 8.5 Davids. But I just wanted to make sure we used the Mickey scale at least once, because we're not going to get a chance after this episode.
Rip Mickey.
I think my first biggest takeaway from this episode was I was talking with Prince Ali, because what I like to do sometimes when I'm watching these episodes is I will play a game of Hearthstone Battlegrounds.
As you do.
Pause. Yeah, exactly. I'll pause the video whenever it's my turn.
Yeah.
So that's, typically I get 3 or 4 minutes, sometimes a lot more, in between turns. So it's like a 30-second, I do all the things I need to do, and then right back to Doctor Who. Because it helps keep me locked in. So that way I can really recall things for our podcast.
Yeah. That's fair.
But I'm talking to Prince Ali as we are watching this. And there's a scene where Mickey kisses Rose. And I, in my infinite wisdom, say to Al, wait, what the fuck? Mickey just kissed Rose. And he goes, yeah, they're dating. And I go, what? Rose has been such a tart and such a flirt towards the doctor in front of her boyfriend that I didn't even realize they were dating. The entire
Mickey
show.
is her side piece.
Oh, yeah. He's on the roster, and he's not even at the top, bro. He's not even top 5. Like, she's sitting and spinning on so many other door handles that, like, it boggles the mind. Like, I don't understand how Mickey even put up with this for as long as he did, because he followed her to cosmic horrors untold by man.
He went
He's
to
such
an
a
entire
good dude.
he went to an entire different parallel reality with Rose.
Right? Like, oh my god, I hope that in his new adventures, I hope we eventually get a Mickey spinoff series. I know we never will, but it would make me feel. But my headcanon is he finds a beautiful woman in Paris that treats him so super duper well, and they get married, have lots of children, and he lives out on the side, like on the French countryside,
Oh yeah. Oh damn. Yeah.
very happily, and probably sipping like champagne out of Cyberman helmets for sure. But that's why we're talking about Cybermen.
Oh yeah, the Cybermen, fantastic. I love the suits in this, and a lot of them were suits. You can tell they looked
Oh yeah.
really good.
I think it's crazy that there was a point where they had maybe 15 or 20 on screen at once, and I went, Jesus Christ. I thought it was impressive when the prop master had 4. The prop master made at least maybe a dozen, maybe up to 20. And that blew my mind because they all look wearable. They don't necessarily look comfortable, but they look perfect for what they need to be, which is
They look
robotic.
maneuverable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like something a human probably wouldn't be happy being in, but I think that's part of the point.
Why do you think they got inhibitor chips?
Oh my god, bro! I was so upset that they had the inhibitor chips in queso there. That's crazy,
Oh,
especially
God.
for people lactose intolerant. You know.
What he's talking about is the mood inhibitor chips, the feeling inhibitor chips, are encased in a gooey gel like membrane thing, like
And coom.
skin.
You can just call it what it is. It's coom.
It's coom.
It looks like someone shot ropes into the inside of the robot.
Oh God, we don't need that fanfic.
It does.
We don't need that fanfic, but yes, it does.
You listen. You play, if you would please, Supreme Leader Josh, play the clip. Let the people see.
Heart of steel. But look.
The flesh.
Central nervous system. Artificially ground and threaded throughout the suit so it responds like a living thing. Well, it is a living thing.
Dude, yes, I will agree. That is
I cursed
nasty.
it for you. I cursed it for you, didn't I?
God damn it. Now we're gonna have AO3 fanfic out the wazoo.
I'm so glad.
God damn.
Thankfully, I'm already dead, so there's nothing to put in it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
So the episode starts right where we left off. The Doctor does some shenanigans with his little device thingy. It destroys all the Cybermen, and they run away. But yeah, that just starts an inevitable chain of chaos and comedy that is just hilarious throughout this episode. So, what were some of your favorite bits in this? Since you really enjoyed this.
Oh yeah, honestly, this is probably my favorite arc overall. I really liked the first episode we watched about Christmas, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I also really liked the one with the plague zombies. That was pretty cool. But this one, so far, best arc, hands down. You know, Mr. Doctor Who Tennant obviously plays a really minor role, I would say, overall in this episode, and I think that's what makes it special.
Yeah, he doesn't
kind
really
of a side character for once.
Yeah, he doesn't really do too much in this episode besides nearing the very end. Yeah.
But I mean, he's got to save the day. He's the Doctor, right?
Oh, definitely.
I think my favorite part is it's got to be when Mickey sees himself die, right? Because he doesn't necessarily die. But it's this really beautiful turning point for Mickey as a character. He's kind of a coward before now. All things considered, he's kind of a coward. He's kind of a pushover. And he's all of these things that he hates about himself. Because you can tell he's got a little bit of self-loathing to be pushed around as much as he is. Not just by Rose, but also by the Doctor.
Yeah.
And I think the beautiful part about this episode is over the past few episodes where we really get to know Mickey, we get to see him blossom into Ricky, which is everything he wants to be. Last episode, we talked a little bit how Ricky is kind of brash, he's really confident, and he's kind of a dick. And I would like to think that Mickey took all the good pieces of him. Because as they are running from these Cybermen, we see Mickey and Ricky start to get over the fence, and Ricky gets got. And Mickey has this face of horror, right? And he has this conflict, you can tell, of wanting to save himself. But I think in his mind, he let himself die, and now he is Ricky in a lot of ways. Because immediately what he does is turn around and act like a completely different person. He takes Mickey's kind of cohorts and runs off to go and try and save the day and save the Doctor and Rose, and he does. And I think that's beautiful. I really do. Also, Ricky's not London's Most Wanted. He's London's Most Wanted for parking tickets, which I think is really funny.
That was a great twist.
Boy. Yeah.
Like, I'm actually not a criminal mastermind. I just don't pay parking tickets. Same, dude. Same.
They can't make you, and they can't do anything about it. Fuck them.
They can only suspend your license.
I mean, a lot of cities can't even do that.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody look into my traffic history. Okay, I do want to say my record's very clean except for parking tickets.
Yeah.
And there are several unpaid, and I found out that some municipalities just don't do anything if you don't pay them. So fuck them.
Yeah. I mean, I got like sometimes I don't know what I'm gonna say about that, but anyways, yeah. The one of my favorite bits was towards the end when the Doctor finds out or figures out that Mickey is watching him in the blimp, and he's just trying to stall for time, trying to get Mickey to get going on the ticky-tacks, on the clickety-clacks, and trying to get the code for the inhibitor chip. And he's basically saying, oh yeah, it's so simple, even an idiot could do this. And Mickey's like,
He doesn't quite use those words, but
you know what? he's talking about me.
Oh yeah,
he's talking about me. I can do that. Is this? You know what? Give it to me in a phone. Sends it. Phone. Done.
You just don't get it, do you? An army's nothing. Because those ordinary people, they're the key. The most ordinary person can change the world. Some ordinary man or woman. Some idiot. All it takes is for him to find, say, the right numbers, say the right code, say, for example, the code behind the emotional inhibitor, the code right in front of him. Because even an idiot, computers these days.
Just destroys the entire Cybermen.
Oh yeah, and I love the big twist here. So I can't even remember the big bad's name. He was so inconsequential in the grand scheme of things, if we're being honest. Do you remember?
Just call him the controller.
Yeah, the fucking cyber controller, right?
Yes.
Of the Cybermen. In I want to say like 10 or 15 minutes in, he gets got by his own creations, which I think is really funny.
He does.
Because they're like, okay, Supreme Leader, you must become the cyber controller. And he's like, I'm not ready. I'm just a cringe little baby, and I never saw this coming, and oh no, please don't do this to me. And they're like, no, you must become the cringe baby gamer lord. And he's like, no, please, I just want to live. And then they're like, die. And they put him in the cuck chair, is what I like to affectionately call it. If you've seen the episode, you'll see what I mean. Because dude still... I will say the thing that blows my mind is the entire point of the whole Cybermen thing was so that way he could live forever and have a healthy body. And he still never gets out of the fucking chair! Not even once! He fucking built himself a body that can't get out of the chair! What the fuck?
Actually did get out of the chair.
I mean, for like 30 seconds, but he's succeeded for the, like... You know?
It's like, no, I get it. Like, he's been living in a chair for his entire life. Why would you have your grand entrance be sitting in a fucking chair still?
Right? Like, I would never fucking sit down again if I was born, like, unable to walk. Are you kidding me? No shot.
No, yeah, the controller, the cyber controller is just So dumb. It's like, yes,
Right?
we're gonna upgrade the entire planet. Nothing can stop us. Boop. Oh shit! Something actually stopped us.
Oh shit! How could I have not foreseen people breaking my really cool inhibitor chip? And then everybody's like, oh fuck, being a robot is cringe. Cannot compute. Bomb! And just fucking
Aw.
explode their heads.
Another one of my
What
favorite.
was your favorite part? Hold on, we've
Oh.
been ripping on my favorite parts.
No,
What was
I
your
said one of my favorite parts as well. But another one of
Oh,
my
that's true.
favorite bits is when they're planning the entire plan out, right? And they haven't gotten into the factory yet, but I think it was one of Ricky's cohorts, the male cohort of
Miss
Ricky.
Moore.
Not Miss. Was it Miss Moore?
The blonde
It
lady
was
that's
it was
older?
one of them. It was one of them. But one of them basically says, "You know, this plan, you're just making it up as you go along." And the doctor's like, "Yeah, but I do it so brilliantly."
You're just making this up as you go along.
Yep. But I do it brilliantly.
I remember that. It was such a good David.
It's such a
Honestly, that
classic
wasn't
line.
Doctor Who saying that. That was David Tennant saying that.
Oh, absolutely. He's having so much fun with this.
I think what's great is I feel like David Tennant was born to play the Doctor.
Absolutely.
Like in every sense of the word. He just encapsulates the witty, tortured man so well.
Not to mention the fourth Doctor's his father-in-law.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Oh wait, no, I did. You've told me that before. It's still really cool every time I hear it.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that episode in a bit. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, a lot of fun moments.
I think the part that kind of threw me through a loop,
Yeah,
one of the few parts where I was like, this is stupid, is Miss Moore, which is what she goes by. Is
great name, by the way.
Oh yeah, is walking down this corridor that I guess there's a lot of. If I remember correctly, they were like offline Cybermen. Basically,
Yeah, they're
that
just
haven't
put
woken
in
up yet.
sleep. Cold Cybermen. Yeah.
And they're walking down this corridor, and the Doctor asks her for her name, because she says that Miss Moore isn't actually her name, and she doesn't give it to him. Bitch, what the fuck?
She gives it to him eventually.
Yeah, but she doesn't give it to her that right then. The thing that blew my mind was, bitch, you could die any minute. Who cares? You don't need a code name anymore.
The Doctor.
Right? The world is ending. I don't know. I thought that was a little silly. Maybe I'm goofy for saying that, but I thought it was silly.
He's a goofy man's. Yeah,
But-
it's that her death just rip. It just hurt. Just
Oh yeah.
they were having so much fun. They were gonna save the day. They were gonna get the inhibitor chip code downloaded, and then she just stood up and zap.
Yeah. Well, something I also noticed was that every episode, one character has to die. Requirement for Doctor Who.
I don't like it, but yeah.
It's the formula. Anytime I see a character who seems pretty like flat, I go, "Oh, that's the one that's gonna die."
Oh, you're a new character. You're gonna die.
You're a new character and you have a lot to live for. Ugh, best we can do is 2 episodes.
Best I can do is 45 minutes.
Right? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
right.
Another thing that I thought was such a really beautiful scene
Mhm.
was Rose and her father are in the line with their earbuds on. And so far,
Yeah.
Rose has been surprisingly adept for once, which is just
Odd.
mind-blowing. And they're sitting in line, and unfortunately, as is per usual, Rose's luck is fucking terrible. And even when it's not, she's stupid. So her mother, as a Cyberman, comes up to her and asks her father to confirm who he is.
Mm-hmm.
So he does. And then she explains that this unit is Jacqueline Taylor. Or Jacqueline Tyler. And they both immediately even though they've been told to maintain complete emotionless because they will just fucking get killed. Ah, my mother. Ah, my wife.
Oh no, Mummy.
Oh, no. It's almost like this is exactly what happens in this factory. You dumb bitches. Ah, you were doing so well. I was so proud. I was about to literally, one of the things that I wrote down in my notes for this episode was, Rose is doing surprisingly well. I'm proud. And I had to immediately delete that sentence. It was like 5 minutes before I wrote it. Ugh.
Rip. God damn it, Rose, you're doing so good.
He even warns, I think it was someone warns her at some point that, she might not be okay. And this bitch just goes, no, it's gonna be fine. My mom is built different. Yeah, she is built different. She's built like a fucking Cyberman now, you goof.
She's built like a machine, like a brick machine.
Oh, yeah. Give her 3 years, she'll be outdated, and we'll have to kind of, strip her for parts. It's terrible.
Built like a baked bean, yeah.
Built like a baked bean. But yeah, no, that was probably the most disappointing part of the episode for me. Other than Mickey obviously going, wow, I hate you guys later. Because who could blame him? He basically says that too in the final moments of the episode. He pretty much is like, wow, you guys suck. I'm staying here. He's a lot nicer about it than I would be personally. But I mean, I'm just saying, if someone basically put me in the cuck chair for like 6 episodes so far, and then like my girlfriend wants me to continue adventuring with them, or I could just stay with all my loved ones. And some that were already dead in our timeline.
To be fair, he has his gran in this one.
That's what I'm saying. In this timeline, his gran's there. He's got a new friend. Like, he can be a hero, the person he's always wanted to be, the person Rose didn't see him as.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have to compete with anyone. He can just be Ricky. The best version of himself.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that is so beautiful. Also, I can't wait if they do a spinoff. It better be Scooby-Doo themed, because we currently have 2 men in a van. So now we just need 2 girls and a dog. Maybe we could get a robo-dog. That'd be really
Canine?
Cool.
Canine 2.0?
I'm just saying, the pieces are here, all right? Showrunners, give me an episode where they go back to the parallel world, but this time it's a Scooby-Doo crossover. Because they already did that with Supernatural, and I'm just saying it's obviously doable, right? I'm just saying, the tools are here. You can take this idea. It's free. Just like, maybe, if you do take it, you can just put my name in the credits as a special thanks. I don't even want you to give me a writer credit, nothing. Just a special thanks would be cool.
Just give us that Scooby-Doo episode.
Yeah, and I will be eternally happy. I will tattoo Doctor Who on my left ass cheek. I'll do it. I swear to God, I'll do it.
No, yeah, this was such a fun episode. I liked when they're in the blimp. They're Zeppelin, I should say. They're in the Zeppelin. They're trying to figure out a way to get the what? What? Okay.
Kazoo tight.
So they're in the Zeppelin.
Kazoo tight.
They're trying to hack into like the mainframe server thing, and
they're doing the hackers.
They're doing the hacker
fucking pulls
bits.
out the sunglasses. I'm in,
man. I'm in. They can't figure it out. The Cyberman right behind them turns on. Mickey got this bright idea. Is like, oh shit! You know what can handle this hardware? Come and get it, baby.
Oh yeah.
And the Cybermen just blast through it. Just crunch.
I have noticed that most of the characters in Doctor Who seem to think that they are superheroes. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that they seem to feel as though that they are? Yeah, it just feels like I'm watching a Marvel movie, but then it suddenly turns into a DC movie real quick. Because everything starts out really honky-dory, and then people get pasted on the wall for sure. Oh my god. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, since Mickey took Ricky's spot, half the team is dead. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe my headcanon's not as accurate as I thought it would be.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Uh, are there any moments in this that you didn't like? I don't remember if we
Honestly,
talked about.
I gotta say, the only moment that really made my brain hurt was when
Yeah.
the entire Zeppelin is just, or not the Zeppelin, the factory's on fire, right? It's
Uh-huh.
blowing up. And I guess they just want Mickey to be the star, because the Doctor just doesn't do anything really. He's just like, well, I guess we're all gonna die. Like, he doesn't actually say that, but that's pretty much what they're doing. He's like, oh no, the whole place is exploding. Fuck. And then there's just like an uncomfortable, like, kind of moment of panic for, I would say, what, 30 seconds, a minute? And then we
Give or
cut to Mickey, and he's like, I've got the Zeppelin. We're not leaving them behind. Right, bottle water. And then he fucking, you know, like, pulls the Zeppelin down, and that's cool. But I just thought the Doctor was so... Honestly, I didn't think I would ever say this, but the Doctor was inept this episode. Like, in a major way. And I like that Mickey kind of pulls up the saddle, but he's inept for the fact that he's thousands of years old.
Hundreds, but yes.
Or hundreds, pardon me.
I feel like the Doctor, like this episode, the Doctor was given the backseat role, and
Most
they
definitely.
wanted to give the other characters time to shine in this.
Oh, and I'm fine with that, but I think they could have done so without making the Doctor, like, look like a gay baby. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he threw a tantrum halfway through this episode, because that's how, like, useless he felt at times. Which, there's too much cognitive dissonance for me. I think maybe giving him reasons would have been better. I think that's my only criticism of the episode. Otherwise, the episode's fantastic. It's like a very minor gripe, I would say, in the grand scheme of things, compared to some of the other gripes that we've had. Like, oh, man, are you
Rose? So Rose, okay, I actually didn't have too much of an issue with Rose this episode, like I have in previous episodes. Besides the very end, where they're all safe, they're about to leave back to their reality, and she tries to talk with her dad again. Still, like, she's trying to confront him,
Yeah.
trying to say, you know, you're my dad. I'm your daughter. He's like, and the dad is just like not having it whatsoever. He doesn't want to hear it at all. I'm just here thinking, Rose, I get that you have daddy issues. This is not your father. He does not love you that way. Like,
Yeah. Go not be loved by the Doctor. Come on.
like, girl, get over your issues. I understand them. Don't express them here. Don't
She's
force your
basically-
opinions here.
Also, can I just say, she's supposed to be a grown-ass woman, and she's pushing her fucking problems on this guy whose wife just fucking died.
And doesn't even know her.
Yeah, like, she's a fucking stranger. Like,
Exactly.
dude. Also, the people that he's been contacting this entire time hasn't been the security services. He just found out it's 4 dickheads in a van, and 2 of them are dead. Like, give him a fucking break. Ugh. You know, man, now that you bring it up, yeah, Rose kind of was pretty good this episode up until she was a dumb bitch. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
Also, I just realized this is going to be an 18 plus podcast. Sorry, guys. I said I wanted it to be family friendly. It's surely fucking not. Whoops.
Whoopsie doodles. Yeah.
I don't know. I get just so passionate about this show that it brings out the best and worst in me. You know?
I mean, that's only natural.
Oh yeah. I mean, but I think other than the Doctor and that gripe, overall, I like the fact that Mickey got a good conclusion to his story arc.
Absolutely.
And looking back to that school episode, I like the fact that he saw the mistakes that the previous girl companion was making, right? And he didn't want to repeat those. So instead of tagging along until the doctor just dropped him off on Earth one day, he fucked off first. And I think you can tell it kind of almost hurts the doctor's feelings a little bit at first.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's used to other people telling him to go fuck himself and leave. Because he basically politely tells him to go fuck himself.
Yeah, more or less.
Because he says, no, go play with your doctor or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like, you've got the doctor now. Which I think is also really powerful. Because as a viewer, I didn't even realize they were dating until now.
Oh, that's partially my fault, but yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if they're really dating, you should be able to tell. You know what I mean?
That is very true. That is very true. How could you not tell? Exactly.
Right?
Writers, come on, do better.
But based on the episodes we watched, Rose doesn't really show a lot of concern for Mickey 9 times out of 10.
Right?
She's just really concerned about flirting with the doctor and trying to ride that dick.
It's like, ooh, spaceman, hot spaceman. I get it, but girl, you got a boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. Like, you got this long-term boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, like, you're definitely in a committed relationship, and you're like, spaceman, will you help me cuck my boyfriend? Like, bro, just leave him home. Break up with him. Don't take him on death-defying stunts and make this guy constantly have to fend for himself because you're so stupid that the doctor has to save you every episode. Come on, man.
Seriously.
Like, I think, too, the beauty of calling back to that school episode is he also sees that the doctor's totally willing to sacrifice people. He sacrifices K9 with a heartbeat. Because I guess to him, it's just, he's lived for so long, that shit just doesn't matter to him anymore. Because there's like a solemn moment, and then there's no tears shed. You know?
Yeah.
And especially when he's being put in K9's place in the party, I think it's good he leaves on his own terms.
Yeah, Mickey definitely had that that dog in him, but he also had that moment of clarity, like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave on my own terms.
Yeah, and because it's a parallel world and not a different time, he can just stay there and there's no consequences. At least as far as the doctor knows.
Yeah, absolutely. He can do whatever he wants. He can take care of his grandma. He can liberate France.
Hey, you know what? I'm just saying France has the language of love and Paris is the city of love. So
yeah.
I'm hoping he has his happy ending. But based on this episode, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think my headcanon pans out. I think he just fucking dies.
More than likely. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But you know what? He goes out on his own terms, and I respect that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
I think that's better than having the doctor use you as a sacrificial pawn.
Yeah, definitely. Mickey was definitely the MVP of this episode. And I love him.
So far, MVP of this season. He literally saves the doctor and Rose.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Loving it. Absolutely loving it.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. They really, every single fucking episode, they're talking about the Torchwood Institute. I would be willing to bet money Mickey ends up working with them or for them. Especially because he took out a whole fucking factory, so he's kind of got a good resume, right?
In the parallel world? Yeah, I mean, I could see that.
To them, he's just a dude who had a lot of unpaid parking tickets and then suddenly saved all of London. Like, that's kind of strange, right?
Yeah, like, we're just going to pardon all those and just, hey, you want to work for us?
Yeah, they're like, it's like 80 quid. Whatever.
I could see that. That being said, I don't remember what happens, but yeah, like, I could totally be possible. But yeah, it was definitely a fun episode. I honestly don't remember what the preview was for the next episode, but
I mean, I stopped watching them to be honest because I really like being surprised every time.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
Because then I go in completely blind. I have no expectations.
Nice.
Yeah.
This episode was definitely a fun time. If you guys do have the opportunity, I definitely do recommend watching them both back to back. Just just because it makes so much more sense, and you get more of the full picture than
I mean,
watching it one after the other.
you know what? I think for once we're split here because I
Oh.
really liked giving it a week in between because it gave me
Really?
time to really internalize the themes of the first episode, which really felt more or less like kind of in the big picture powers that are greater than you trying to strip you of your individuality and kind of like anti-corpo theming.
Mm-hmm.
And showing that not all governments are bad, which I think was actually a kind of a welcome twist in the Doctor Who universe. That dude was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck you, bro. You can't turn yourself into a cyber bitch." And then the guy was like, "I'm gonna do it anyway," you know. But and not only did I get to internalize those themes, I got to be hyped for it all week.
Oh,
And that
definitely.
made this episode much more special. Because I think if I had played them back to back, the Mickey leaving wouldn't have hit so hard.
Mm.
You know?
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Plus, it makes me feel like I'm actually like seeing them on release. Because like I have to wait a week.
Yeah, I can understand that. Mhm. But yeah, that is going to be it for this episode. Like, what'd you say this? What'd you say the rating was? This for
10
this was
Mickeys out of 10.
10
You
Mickeys
guys
out of
can
Mickeys.
put that on the put it on the board. Put it on the board.
On the
Go
bar,
right
10
there,
Mickeys out of
right
Mickey.
there, 10 Mickeys out of 10. So we've got, I believe last time it was 9 David Doctor Who Tennants out of David Doctor Who Tennants. And we had before that, I think it was just 10 Doctor Who's out of Doctor Who's. So I'm going to keep coming out with arbitrary ranking systems, and you guys can keep track of that. Both Josh and I won't.
You definitely know I won't.
Oh, hell yeah, brother. I'm way too stupid to keep track of that shit.
Oh,
Someone will. I'm sure someone will eventually.
Gazillion mans. All right, yeah, that's gonna be it for us, guys. Hopefully, you guys have a good rest of your weekend. We will see you all next Saturday for another TARDIS Talk. Later, Whovians. Have yourselves a good weekend.
Have a good one. I like this one because it looks a little farther back. All right, cool. I'm ready.
Bet. Cool. Sounds good. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Absolute Zeros podcast. Damn it, God damn it, motherfucker.
Can we put that in as a bloopers at the beginning?
Yeah, blooper at the end.
On the YouTube. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Absolute Zeros podcast. Fuck!
Wrong show, motherfucker!
God damn it! Hunt, why do you keep making me do so much fucking content? This is bullshit. I'm getting it all mixed up now.